Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are finally gonna do the full-on new foundation rundown. I have so many foundations in front of me. I have my final thoughts, which ones are the best, which ones I would pass on. These are all newly launched products. So this is not a hit list from all of time. This is not like best and worst. This is literally the pile of foundation that I did full day wear tests of on camera. Like I would say 80% is on camera. I have a few that I tried during the weekend in my off time, not filming. And I took notes on everything. I really wanted to try as many different coverages, finishes, and I have like the final results. So we're gonna hop right in, and I wanna remind you guys before I do that, because I actually remembered this time, to ring the bell. Make sure that you subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified of my upcoming videos, because you just need to do that so you don't miss out on all of the drugstore luxury wear tests, outings, all of it. I kind of put my hand in everything, and I would love for you to be notified about my posts and come back and hang out with me again. All right, so let's dive in, shall we? She's got her notes. So I think I want to start with the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Foundation. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I kind of want to hide under my desk right now because not that I'm afraid of Pat McGrath. I mean, I called her God in one of my videos, so maybe I am. I'm squirming a lot. I just think that she is so next level genius with her visuals, textures, colors, the whole brand theme of Pat McGrath Labs. Hats off. I love it. It's one of my very, 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 very favorites. And I was so excited about this foundation launching. I was sent a pretty big box. Thank you very, very much. And they didn't all match to me, so I was able to gift to a few girlfriends. And whenever I do that, I'm always like, hey, just text me and like, let me know what you think, you know? And so I got some feedback, and everybody really enjoys it. It's just the price tag is super up there, and it doesn't necessarily outperform some of the other newer launches. So it's neck and neck with a few that I like, but is it in that category where I'm like, oh, you need to try this? This is different, this is good. No, it's not. It's a little bit lighter in coverage. It's more of a serum consistency. It will make the skin look pretty and hydrated, but does it warrant the big price tag? I don't think so. And I said this even in that video. I was like, hey, if you want to splurge on Pat McGrath, go for it. Get the eyeshadow, get a liner, get other things. This might be kind of down on the list. While I like it, it's not my favorite. Let's talk about the polar opposite to the Skin Fetish, which really is designed to make the skin look as juicy and beautiful and skin life-like as possible. This little friend right here, so good. Now, I got myself, maybe not in hot water, but it started a conversation dominantly on Twitter and then a little bit here and there on YouTube. Not everybody loves this foundation. Now, I said it was my favorite foundation ever of all time, and I have been reaching for it a ton. I don't use this every day because we all saw how full coverage this truly is. It's intense. It makes your skin look so beautiful and poreless, and it locks everything in. It is difficult to take off. You might need a Clarisonic or to double cleanse, just saying, heads up. But it is one of my very, very favorite foundations, and definitely at the moment, it is my favorite long wear full coverage foundation. So the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation is a smash hit in my book. Now, what you want to be careful of when you apply this product is that you do not overuse the product. I feel like, is my jacket like very noisy? I feel like I need to just like take it off. Pardon me. Where were we? This stuff is amazing. Less is more. You want to dot it on the skin, blend it in. If you feel like you need a little more slip and you have combo skin, take a drop of any beauty oil and just juice it up before you apply it to the skin. You will still get a really nice effect. Make sure your skin is properly moisturized and primed underneath. If you have dry skin, I would not recommend this one because it can be a little bit drying, being that it is a matte finish. So just heads up on that. But I really love this. I swear by it. An additional warning that I do want to note is it oxidizes a lot. So you may want to go into Sephora and get a sample and really see how it turns on the skin, because I have adjusted and I am using a different shade now. I am using 2.25. This is light medium and it is a cool peach undertone. When I initially read this, I was like, I don't do cool undertone, like that's just not me. But when I put it on the skin and let it sit there for a minute with just like a big swatch, it turned into this like peachy neutral that was perfect. So that is what I'm using and I love it. Now this one right here from Fenty. This is a long wear foundation and it's a similar kind of, squeezy tube. This one does not have a pump. It's just like a squeeze itself kind of a thing. And this has a pump. I prefer the squeeze itself. The pump on here can get a little bit clogged. And then if you go too hard, it'll do the like thing where it spits at you and ruins your life because you're probably wearing a nice shirt. This is for my dry skin guys and girls out there. This is for anyone who wants to have a long wear foundation that leans more full coverage. It's nowhere near this. I mean, this is just like, you don't exist anymore. Like you're invisible with this. This is full coverage-ish, like medium to full. It is buildable. I get pretty greasy with this about halfway through the day. You guys saw that. But for someone that has dry skin, that probably wouldn't be the case. And this is not a bad foundation. The pump's a little bit of an issue. Beyond that, I think try it. Go for it. The Bare Minerals Stick Foundation. I actually got a fair amount of questions about that because people know that I used to work at the Bare Minerals counter at Store One Nordstrom in downtown Seattle. It's crazy. You guys, I was there recently and I'm like, so much of my life was here and it's remodeled, but I can just like see everything like as it once was. Bare Minerals does mineral makeup really well. They kill it. Like Swirl Tap Buff. You will have a creamy complexion. You'll look beautiful. I don't know that they do liquid or stick foundations that well. It kind of got a little bit like waxy and the coverage was a little bit off. Just not for me. I love a lot of their product. I love a lot of the loose product. Their mineral veil, their bronzer called Warmth, their foundations. But this one I would pass on. I'm just not into it. Ciate, the Extraordinary Foundation. This is a radiant buildable coverage foundation. I don't like this. I tried it maybe 5 times. It was one of those things where it didn't sink in completely and it was kind of radiant, but not really. So it was just overall kind of a confusing foundation. Now, if you want something great from Ciate, their glitter lipsticks, out of all of them that I have tried, those are the best. They have the best coverage, they have the best sparkle, they have the best shine. Those are beautiful, their bronzers are gorgeous, and their highlighters are also so underrated. This Extraordinary foundation did not look extraordinary on my skin, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the surprise smash hit of the universe. I thought Smashbox was gonna be my #1 every day. Like, I didn't care. I was like, invisible me every day. Just make all of my flaws disappear and I can just be like a blank canvas and we'll just pile more stuff on and like go from there. Like, that's fun. Like, being able to reshape the face and do all that stuff is so much fun. But there's also something that just feels so good about kind of having the effortless look and kind of having this like, is she wearing makeup? Is she not? I don't know. Like, ooh, just this kind of sweet, sexy look, in my opinion, to dial it back sometimes and to be a little bit more in the moment and effortless and not look like you spent an hour and a half getting ready to do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, time and place for everything. And I like versatility. So I think what I'm trying to get at is I'm gonna have 2 #1 favorite foundations. One will be the Smashbox. The other is gonna be this Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. You guys don't even know. It literally, like, you can make crazy facial expressions, which is like, oh my gosh, this is so great, because I'm a very expressive person. I get a lot of like creases right through here. I can even get creases here. My forehead will crease pretty easily, like my crow's feet. That's starting to happen. So like, oh my God, I just ripped my jeans. I was so blown away. And even like around the nose, it doesn't really collect. So when I put this on, I was like, it's not covering everything. It looks really, really natural, but I didn't powder it. I didn't really do much. I even put the concealer on and I was kind of like, talk. Self-refreshing, we'll see. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, why is this not creasing? Like, this is behaving differently to all the foundations I have tried. I'm ordering a bunch of the larger size. The large size bottle that I have is not my shade, but oh, it's so good. Beyond Matte Liquid Foundation from Jane Iredale. I really do enjoy this one. I would say if you are someone that wants more of a natural mineral-based foundation and you want full coverage and matte, then I would choose this one. It comes in a pump. It is pretty expensive, but it wears really well. It applies so fast. That's the thing I was most amazed about. I was like, yeah, right, this won't apply that fast, but then it literally is just like, shh, 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 and it's like, you're done. And it looks great on the skin. It wears well. I don't have much to say about it negatively. Okay, let's go into Zoeva. I told you guys I was gonna try this out. I got this in a PR unboxing. I don't like this. I was really hopeful though. This is made in Italy. It's a glass bottle. It has strong NARS vibes, in my opinion. Kind of really does, right? So I tried this out the other day when I went shopping with my sister, and we were like Snapchatting and like, or I take that back. We were attempting to Snapchat until I was like, oh my God, my foundation looks terrible. Like, what is happening? It just like kind of wore off too quickly. Doesn't give a lot of coverage and was just not for me. Zoeva is an amazing brand for so many reasons. They have incredible brushes. Some of their eyeshadow palettes I really love. They have blush palettes that the pigmentation is like just right and smooth and silky. I was excited to try this. It's called Authentic Skin, and it is more on the luminous side and radiant. But for me, it's just that halfway point where it's not really a tinted moisturizer. It's not that natural, but it's not giving me enough to make me feel like it's worth it to look like I'm wearing makeup. If I'm wearing makeup and it looks like I'm wearing makeup, I want it to be as smooth and good and like the coverage is there and everything looks great. When it visibly looks like you're wearing makeup, but it's kind of patchy and uneven, it's kind of like, why bother? Like, either go full steam or don't. Or just do like concealer and kind of really trick people, or this will trick people too. It'll be an expensive trick, but do you know what I mean? So that's that. The surprise hit foundation from a brand that I normally don't love everything from is the Pretty Vulgar Lava Foundation. This gave me one of the most beautiful skin days. It wears really well. It just looks like a beautiful natural finish, good coverage, applies very evenly and easily. It has a lot of great ingredients in it. It has the lava water as an ingredient. It's not slippery in the sense where it's like very radiant and shiny, but it has ingredients to encourage hydration to be attracted to the skin. And I have always felt like my skin has looked so good whenever I have worn this. There was a video that I had, and I don't remember what video it was. I was wearing like an orange dress. I literally took it all the way down the neck, and it just made my skin look creamy and glowy and beautiful. It's very long wearing. It does not patch off. And I do also really recommend this one. So it is in like my top 3. Natasha Denona Full Coverage Fruit Complex Foundation X Plus. They just added more shades. This is made in Italy. This is not for me. It's too... It just doesn't sink into my skin. And I love Natasha Denona so much. You know, she's DM'd me before, and even when like I broke a shadow on camera, like she's the coolest brand owner, and her vision, concept, and just the whole theming of her brand and just how much intention, and like she's so precise with the palettes. I love it. I think her shadows are some of the best, hands down, in the business, period. I have always wanted to like a foundation from her. For whatever reason, it just does not agree with my skin, and it doesn't want to sink into the skin. So it's like it kind of slides around and sticks kind of on top and exaggerates lines and pores, which obviously I don't think anyone wants to do that. But please remember, foundation is very personal. So if you're seeing something where I'm like, I didn't like this because it was too luminous, and you're like, I love luminous, definitely go to Sephora or Ulta or your local department store, get a sample. They will absolutely help you with that, especially with foundation. I always recommend that. So don't feel like you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. And I don't know about oxidation and texture. Like, definitely go check it out. Make like a little list and go to the store and do that. They'll totally help you. I do want to say, I do still recommend this one right here from Amazing Cosmetics. This is the Smooth Cream Concealer and Foundation. I love that this one has the concealer on the top, and I love the squeezy tube. I don't think they have enough colors. I said that before. They emailed me and they're like, thank you, we're trying to expand. And it was a nice exchange. I just thought I would throw that in because I did recently try that one as well. I cannot believe I have tested so many foundations. There is one more that we're gonna just chat about briefly. You guys may have recently watched a overhyped video and I tried out the new Kevyn Aucoin foundation. I was convinced that I was gonna love it. It kind of had a similar vibe of like the Chanel Sublimage as far as like dipping into this like pan of cream. And when I put it on, it was just so thick and it did not cover, which was like, like how is this happening? It did not look good. It was just, the texture is really strange in my opinion, and it just was not for me. If someone could come up with a foundation that had a texture to this, but came in skin tones, like Chanel, you should do that. You should totally do that. I would be the first in line. So there we are. That is a roundup of everything that I've recently put to the test, mainly on camera, a few off camera. And I thought I would just finally sit down and do the rundown for you guys. I hope that this was informative and that you enjoyed it. I don't know that we'll have another season quite like this anytime soon, where there's like 25 different new foundations that have launched all at once. But if there are new ones that are on the horizon that you guys want me to test out, please tweet me, DM me, leave me comments here, everywhere. I love hearing from you. It makes my day to feel like you guys love what I am, creating, and I appreciate the feedback. I really, really do. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I will be sure to link below every corresponding video here. And yeah, just stay in touch, guys. I hope you go have a good one. Make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.